Good day, Allan here. We're going to be reading for you today The Close Alliance, a tale of woe, an extract by Flora Ann Steele, found in the book Tales of the Punjab. One day, a farmer went with his bullocks to plough his field. He had just returned the first furrow when a tiger walked up to him and said, "Peace be with you, friend. How are you this fine morning?" The same to you, my lord. I am pretty well, thank you, returned the farmer, quaking with fear, but thinking it wisest to be polite. "I'm glad to hear it," replied Tiger cheerfully, "because Providence has sent me to eat your two bullocks. You are a God-fearing man, I know, so make haste and unyoke them." "My friend, are you sure you are not making a mistake?" asked the farmer, whose courage had returned now that he knew it was merely a question of gobbling up bullocks. "Because Providence sent me to plough this field, and in order to plough one must have oxen. Had you not better go and make further inquiries?" "There is no occasion for delay, and I should be sorry to keep you waiting," returned the tiger. "If you'll unload the bullocks, I'll be ready in a moment." With that the savage creature fell to sharpening his teeth and claws in a very significant manner. But the farmer begged and prayed that his oxen might not be eaten, and promised that if the tiger would spare him, he would give in exchange a fine, fat, young milch cow which his wife had tied up in the yard at home. To this the tiger agreed, and taking the oxen with him, the farmer went sadly homewards. Seeing his return so early from the field, his wife, who was a stirring, busy woman, called out, "What! Back already? And my work is just beginning." Then the farmer explained how he had met the tiger, and how, to save the bullocks, he had promised the milch cow in exchange. At this the wife began crying. "A likely story indeed, saving your old bullocks at the expense of my beautiful cow. Where will the children get milk? And how can my pottage and collops without butter?" "All very fine, wife," retorted the farmer, "but how can we make bread without corn? And how can you have corn without bullocks to plough the fields? Pottage and collops are very nice, but it is better to do without milk and butter than without bread. So make haste and untie the cow." "You great Gabby," wept his wife, "you could have thought of some plan to get out of this scrape." "Think yourself," cried the husband in a rage. "Very well," returned his wife, "but if I do the thinking, you must obey orders. I can't do both. Go back to the tiger and tell him the cow wouldn't come along with you, but that your wife is bringing it." The farmer, who was a great coward, didn't half like the idea of going back empty-handed to the tiger, but as he could think of no other plan, he did as he was bid, and found the beast still sharpening his teeth and claws for very hunger. And when he heard he had to wait still longer for his dinner, he began to prowl about and lash his tail and curl his whiskers in a most terrible manner, causing the poor farmer's knees to knock together with terror. Now when the farmer had left the house, his wife went to the stable and saddled the pony. Then she put on her husband's best clothes, tied the turban very high so as to make her look as tall as possible, bestrode the pony, and set off to the fields where the tiger was. She rode along, swaggering and blustering, till she came to where the lane turned into the field, and then she called out as bold as brass, "Now, please the powers, I may find a tiger in this place, for I haven't tasted tiger's meat since yesterday, when, as luck would have it, I ate three for breakfast." Hearing these words, and seeing the speaker ride boldly at him, the tiger became so alarmed that he turned tail and bolted into the forest, going away at such a headlong pace that he nearly overturned his own jackal. For tigers always have a jackal of their own, who, as it were, waits at tables and clears away the bones. My lord, cried the jackal, whither away so fast?" "Run, run," panted the tiger. "There's a very dangerous horseman in yonder fields who thinks nothing of eating three tigers for breakfast." At this, the jackal giggled in his sleeve. "My dear lord," said he, "the sun has dazzled your eyes. There was no horseman, but only the farmer's wife dressed up as a man." "Are you quite sure?" asked the tiger, pausing. "Quite sure, my lord," repeated the jackal. "And if your lordship's eyes had not been dazzled by the sun, your lordship would have seen her pigtail hanging down behind." "But you may be mistaken," persisted the cowardly tiger, "and it was a very dangerous horseman to look at." "Who's afraid?" replied the brave jackal. "Come, don't give up on your dinner because of her." "But you may be bribed to betray me," argued the tiger, who, like all cowards, was suspicious. "Let's go together, then," returned the jackal. "Nay, but you may take me there and then run away," insisted the tiger cunningly. "In that case, let us tie our tails together, and then I can't." The jackal, you see, was determined not to be done out of his bones. To this the tiger agreed, and having tied their tails together in a reef knot, the pair set off arm in arm. Now the farmer and his wife remained in the field, laughing over the trick she had played on Tiger, when lo and behold, what should they see but the gallant pair coming back ever so bravely with their tails tied together. "Run!" cried the farmer. "We are lost! We are lost!" "Nothing of the kind, you great Gabby," asked his wife evenly. "If you will only stop that noise and be quiet, I can't hear myself speak." Then she waited till the pair were within hail, when she called out politely, "How very kind of you, dear jackal, to bring me such a nice fat tiger. I shan't be a moment finishing my share of him, and then you can have the bones." At these words the tiger became wild with fright, and quite forgetting the jackal and that reef nut in their tails, he bolted away full tilt, dragging the jackal behind him. Bumpety bump bump over the stones, crash scratch scratch through the briars. In vain the poor jackal howled and shrieked to the tiger to stop the noise behind him, only frightened the coward even more, and away he went helter skelter, hurry scurry, over hill and dale, till he was nearly dead with fatigue, and the jackal was quite dead from bumps and bruises. Moral: don't tie your tail to a coward's. And that, my dear friends, is the reading for today. I hope you enjoyed the story and look forward to more and interesting reading. Thank you very much.